All right, guys. What a beautiful morning right here. Uh, I want to be addressing a very important subject in this video. Uh, Pig farming, as many people always imply, if you check online, if you check different videos, you will see people marketing pig farming as a very lucrative farming endeavor. Well, as much as I won't disregard that, I also need to share with you some certain truths, facts about pig farming that I think you need to be very much aware of, especially if you have not gotten into it, so that it will guide you to be your guiding principle uh, before making your decision. So, as much as it's a lucrative business, there are bitter sides of it that you need to be aware of. Now, the first thing I'll be talking about is their feeding habit. I want you to understand that when you see a very mature pig, a very marketable pig, I want you to understand that that's the consequence of a very good diet that has been administered to that pig. Pigs eat a lot. That's something that you need to be well prepared for. I need to be very much aware of before getting into pig farming. Don't get into pig farming as a with the mindset of other livestock where you tend to manage feeds for them. These guys, they eat a lot. They are almost never tired of eating. Believe me, they can eat continuously 24/7 if you give them the permission. They are always constantly feeding. So they eat a lot. And first of all, it's not a bad thing, because I want you to understand that when you feed your pigs well, it contributes to their overall health, in the sense that your animals will be more immune from diseases. Certain farms that don't feed their animals well, most of the time, or some of the times, you will see them complaining of this sickness, that sickness, and all the likes. These guys, their feeding contributes a lot to, apart from their growth, which is one of the other things it contributes to, it also contributes to their health. So your running cost is going to 80% of your running cost to be on feed. 80%. Feeds are quite a key aspect of pig farming. When you hear of 6 months to market weight, don't ever think that has anything to do with any other thing other than their feeds. If you're able to produce your animals 6 months to the market, it's because you have fed your animals quite very well. So feeding is very, very important. So what I will advise is, if you are just intending to get into pig farming, you can stock your farm about some months ahead, depending on the number of capacity you can handle. Maybe you stock for 3 months ahead, or 5 months, or 6 months ahead. That's very good. The feeds are the first thing you should first work on, of course, after getting the housing. So stock a number of good food. Of course, I think I've spoken extensively on that. It is garbage in, garbage out. The way you feed your pigs is the way you see them. If you feed them with anything, you will get any result. Also, you won't get the result you're looking for. So stock your feeds for about some months ahead, and get so you're very much prepared, because these guys, as I'm saying, they eat a lot. And if you don't feed them well, you would see the consequences. That's one of the very bitter side of pig farming that you may not know about until you get into it. Let me show you something quickly. So I just mixed these feeds yesterday. This is just a small quantity, majorly for the growing pigs. Now you can see, of course, one of the things I'm trying to highlight here is, can you see these yellow bags? These are one of the most expensive, literally the most expensive starter feed, broiler starter feed that we have in this side. Like, you imagine the number of bags we use. These are not all the bags though, that existing on this particular venue. This is just what we use. This is just what we use to bag the feeds. So you can see how much expenses we are incurring on just the starter feeds alone. The other ingredients are also still present. They feed a lot, and you spend a lot of money on feeding. All right, that's that about the feeds. Now, The other bitter side of pig farming I want to quickly talk about uh, is the hygiene of your farm. That side, I think I've showed a video of it. You may not understand whenever we shoot videos. Sometimes we've cleaned up the pens. You don't tend to see that side. You don't tend to see the sides where you are bagging excreta, you're trying to clean up, using water and all the likes. That side is very tedious. So before getting into pig farming, be sure to be ready for that. Getting into pig farming and then having an issue with that will not be good, because your hygiene is very key to your farm survival. If you don't clean your pen regularly, you won't get the right result. You would probably even incur diseases on your farm. You need to be ready for this. This is a side of pig farming. You mostly just see animals in videos, but what it takes to really clean up the pens is not a little job. It's quite tedious. I want you to understand that it's quite very tedious, and it's not something that you just get into without being ready for. So make sure before getting into pig farming, you're ready for the work ethics that come with cleanliness. Is very, very key. Obviously, you know, if you feed your animals well, you know that they are going to excrete more. There's going to be more excretion, different from an animal that is starving. So, and you don't have to starve your animal. So, and every other maintenance practice around ensuring they have water and everything, it comes with a lot of stress. It's not. This is not a white collar job. This is something that you have to put in your best. You have to get dirty, if you understand what I'm saying. So the other thing I'll be talking about is some of the bitter sides of pig farming. I've experienced this particular one I want to talk about, and that's you sourcing wrongly. I remember sourcing an animal, and eventually I discovered many of the animals were filled with lots of worms. They didn't maintain a very good deworming practice. So we lost some of them, and then we were able to stabilize the rest. So if you source for your animals wrongly, you will pay the price in a very big way. If the people you get from, you're not sure of the male, and they just sell to you inbred animals, or they sell to you an animal that I'm telling you from experience. I know certain farms that if you go buy piglets from them, you will struggle with their growth, because what they just see is the ability to just cross. That's all that matters to them. So they can pick any male from anywhere. I'm telling you what I know. They just pick a male from anywhere to cross that animal. And I've told you before, the male is the most important animal on your farm, because it will, your boa, your breeding boa will spread its characteristics on every of your sow, and all your piglets will be reflected based on the boa you used. It's the reason why you have to be very careful in how you source your animals. Of course, if you source wrongly, believe me, you could. It's not a 50-50 chance. It's a 10-90 chance actually. You may 10% get a right breed, but most of the time you will get a wrong breed, a wrong animals that have been bred. So be very careful to source animals rightly. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, which I will talk about more extensively in another video, is you getting dedicated workers. People that know what I'm talking about, they will tell you this. They will tell you that, see, your workers, especially if you're not going to be running it yourself, plays a very key role in you enjoying pig farming, because you can get to a place where, see, I'll tell you, experience is, they say, is the best teacher, right? There's a farmer I know. The farmer has a farm somewhere and then employed somebody to take care of it. Little do you know that the person was just siphoning the money that was sent for feeds and using the money for his own personal something, and just using scraps or thereabout, or just sourcing for more limited feeds that will not is not based on the money that was sent, using those feeds to feed the animals, when he has been sent a very substantial amount for feeding the animals, right? Those are some of the things you get from workers. If you don't get the right workers, it's a very big side that you may not understand until you get into it. Of course, if you are just running a 1 or 2 pigs at the back of your farm, you don't understand all these things. But when you're running a big farm, you understand the importance of your workers. Your workers plays a very key role. They say business fail not because of the people you hire, but because of the people you fail to fire. Knowing how to deal with situations like this, it's a skill on its own for you as a manager, as a farm owner. So guys, I will talk more on workers in another video. I want to say a little bit about that in another video. Thank you guys for joining. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.